Hi friends, and welcome back to my 31st video on my YouTube channel. Woo! I am Hawkinsimmer, and today we are not doing a tiny build. I almost made this a tiny build, and then I decided that nope, there's no way. I'm not tired of tiny builds, but I have done like 4 of them in a row, so I wanted to do something different, and I was happy to do the Tudor build last week and kind of wanted to keep branching out into different architectural styles. So I decided to do a Mediterranean style mansion, is what I'm calling it. It's 4 bedrooms and 1, 2, 3.5 baths, maybe? Math is hard. Honestly, I don't remember. I filmed this last week and it's going up today. Woo! So exciting. Just kidding, it's not. But I do really, really like this build. I think I particularly really like all of the outdoors, which is unfortunate because I cut most of it out, or this would have been like a 30-minute video because I did tons of landscaping. I was Pinteresting Mediterranean homes, and lots of them had like more like a courtyard than a yard. It was fenced in, and there were fountains and pathways, and lots of them were in front of the home and not behind the home. So I wanted to give myself room to do a courtyard in the front and some stuff in the back. So the back is all just like a pool deck, essentially, is all it is. And there's a small like outdoor seating area and some lounge chairs, but otherwise it's really just like the area for the pool. And then the front space has both like a little patio area and a outdoor dining area, and then a swing set and tons of landscaping, and then like a patch of grass for playing, I suppose, and things. I also cut out all of the roofing because honestly, I toyed with it so much. That was also going to make this a 30-minute video. So I cut it out. I've done lots of roofing like this in the past, but I kept changing it around and moving it. So I just decided to take it out. It's not anything that if you've watched my channel or anyone else's you haven't seen before. So wasn't super necessary. I used lots of windows from the Get to Work pack. How cute are they? I know they're really supposed to be like retail or like storefront thing windows, but no, they looked so good. With this style of home, I super love them. They're huge and fun and exciting. Here I am doing the seating area in the backyard. Like I said, it's pretty casual little seating areas. I wanted them to be like covered patios but open, so they're technically considered a room, which is another reason why I wasn't going to do, a tiny home, because I wanted to have these like outdoor areas that were considered rooms. But I thought they were both really cute. There's one in the front and in the back. I used the archways from Island Living. I love those. I wish I used them all the time, more often, because they are super cute and there's lots of swatches, so I think they kind of can fit in a lot of places. And I don't know, you can kind of see glimpses of the landscaping that I did. So I did it on like a quarter of the property. That was weird to say property instead of lot, but it's fine. We're doing it. We're going with it. So I wanted it to look like a raised bed. I had this idea of like it would be a home, and then on the side of it, it would have a path that had, lush trees and garden all around it, and you would walk back and then find like a little oasis type pool area. That's the vision. Got it? Okay, great. So I wanted them to be like raised beds, but you can't raise the beds in The Sims because you can't like elevate the terrain just in those beds. It messes up the fencing and makes it look terrible. And then I also didn't want to raise them up, use the 9 keys to move it up, because it just looked funny. But you'll see in the screenshots, even though it's not raised up, it looks pretty cute. So whatever. Now we're moving on to the interior of the home. I definitely planned the outside of this home and not the inside of this home in terms of shape and size and floor plan. So the inside, it wasn't a challenge. Especially the downstairs worked out really well. The way that it all came together, it's like an open concept. It's a little tight for, being like a 4 bedroom and like 3.5 bath home, but it still, I think, worked out really well. So yeah, and as you can see, I used a warm color scheme again, which doesn't really happen for me too often. It's not what I prefer in real life, as I'm sure you've heard me say, but I really liked it for this style of home. When I think of Mediterranean homes, I obviously think of like Spanish speaking countries or Latin countries. So I associate those with warmer colors in general. Is that like wrong, or is that completely accurate? Because what I that's what I think. But anyway, the kitchen, as we're moving on to, I added a couple of dog food bowls and then some treats. And then I totally forgot to add a dog bed. Yay! But, if you ever wanted to play in this house, if I ever uploaded it to the gallery, because I still can't figure that stuff out, then, you could add a dog bed if you wanted to. But the kitchen's pretty run of the mill. I used the Parenthood cabinets. I really like those. I think they totally worked for this style. And I don't know, there was nothing particularly special about this kitchen. I thought it worked really well with the dining room. Like I said, I really ended up liking the floor plan overall in this house. The bedrooms upstairs are a little wonky, but they totally work and are functional and fun, and all three of them are very different. So that's exciting if, you know, you think that kind of stuff is exciting. Honestly, I'm trying not to pause in my voiceovers because all of the footage is corrupt again. So anytime I stop, it buffers for about 2.5 minutes before I can do anything else. And then to start recording the voiceover again, it also buffers for about 2.5 minutes. So if I speak funny or say something wrong, I'm probably just going to keep on rolling throughout this video because otherwise it's going to take so long to edit, and your girl does not have the time. But here we are moving on to the master bedroom. I know I use those sliding doors from Island Living all the time. If you're tired of seeing them, find a new channel because I can't stop using them. And I like that this opened up to the patio on the front side of the house. For whatever reason, I did not get footage of myself building that or, placing all of that down. So that's my bad. But regardless, it looks pretty cute, and I think it's nice that parents would have, a way to go directly from their room to either the pool or to the, little seating area outside. I think that's super fun. And I tried to put windows on the 2 arched curtains, and none of them looked right. They just kind of ruined the vibe of the room and kind of made it seem dated, so I didn't do it. It's kind of just a plain bedroom. I don't think I've used that swatch of that bed before, so that's fun. And now I'm just, adding some clutter to this little hallway. It doesn't take much, but those kinds of like small details to me make it definitely seem more like a home when you've got something like that. But here we are moving upstairs. So like I said, there's a master bedroom downstairs, and then there's 2, like, in my mind, 2 rooms that are for teenagers and 1 for a child. And I thought I would really, really like the teenager rooms, both of them, because they're big, and the one opens up to like a balcony and the other one has its own bathroom. But honestly, my favorite bedroom ended up being the smallest room, which is the child's room, and I don't know, it was super cute, but we'll get there. So right now I'm using tons of stuff from the Tiny Living pack. Can't get over it. It's because it's new. It's like a shiny new toy. But I'm using it in this teen's bedroom that is pretty colorful and fun and warm, and he's got this big window. I don't know, I was into that. So I used all the same posters and stuff that I always use, and I don't know, I kept having to move the windows to put curtains down because they were snapping to the window funny, but it ended up working out in the end. But here I am moving on to that child's room that I super loved. Ended up using tons of Tiny Living stuff again. Big sorry. But I haven't used this swatch yet, which is like the default swatch. And wow, I'm upset that I've been holding off because it made a super cute kids room. So I used those curtains from Cats and Dogs, which matched perfectly. As it turns out, The Sims actually really enjoys this like teal and orange color scheme, so there's tons of stuff to use to complement it. I used those posters or the picture frames from Tiny Living as well and sized them down and made them look super cute, like a little gallery wall. And also, I love that flamingo poster. It's so cute. It's like perfect millennial baby pink. And I don't know, it's super cute. It went well with this room. I really liked how this room came together. I can't stop talking about it and thinking about how just like cohesive and purposeful the pieces in it seemed. I don't know. Really proud of this kids' room. Sometimes when I do kids' room, they just seem like cluttered for no good reason, but I was really into that one. So now moving on to the last room. It's also designed for a teenager and completely different from the other two rooms. Has a really neutral color scheme, mostly white. I always had this like idea of how nice it would be to have like a big like comfy bed, like billowy curtains, white sheets and white pillows and white furniture and like fairy lights and crap. Just seemed like cozy and comfortable and like I would never leave. So, I don't know, sometimes every once in a blue moon I make like a Sims room that is sort of like that, as billowy and fluffy as it can be, because the textures in the Sims aren't great. But I ended up really liking this room too. I don't know, I like this whole build. I'm pretty proud of it. It seemed cohesive and purposeful is all I can say. Like, I don't know. I really liked it. But we're coming to the end now. Thank you all so much for watching. Please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I upload every Monday and Thursday at around 4 p.m. So I'll see you all in the next one. Bye! Someday my computer won't sound like it's dying, and the footage will all be perfect. Someday.